Question 1. What is the primary factor that defines a subnet as public in an AWS-VPC? Option A. It has an Associated Network Access Control List, NACL, that allows all inbound traffic. Option B. It has a route table with a default route 0.0.0.0/0, pointing to an Internet Gateway, IGW. Option C. All EC2 instances within it are assigned elastic IP addresses. Option D. It is located in the first availability zone of a region. The correct answer is, it has a route table with a default route 0.0.0.0/0, pointing to an Internet Gateway, IGW. Here's the explanation. A public subnet is defined by its route table containing a route to an Internet Gateway, IGW, for all non-local traffic, 0.0.0.0/0, allowing resources within it to communicate directly with the public Internet. Question 2. An application server is deployed in a private subnet and needs to download software updates from the Internet. Which component must be configured in the VPC to allow this server to initiate outbound Internet connections while preventing direct inbound connections from the Internet? Option A. An Internet Gateway, IGW, directly attached to the private subnet's route table. Option B. A Virtual Private Gateway, VGW, connected to the private subnet. Option C. A NAT gateway or NAT instance located in a public subnet with a route in the private subnet's table. Option D. A VPC endpoint for the software update service. The correct answer is a NAT gateway or NAT instance located in a public subnet with a route in the private subnet's table. Here's the explanation. A NAT gateway, or NAT instance, allows instances in a private subnet to initiate outbound connections to the Internet, but prevents inbound connections from the Internet. The private subnet's route table must route Internet-bound traffic through the NAT gateway, which itself resides in a public subnet and uses the Internet Gateway. Question 3. Which statement accurately describes the relationship between subnets and availability zones, AZs, in AWS? Option A. A single subnet can span multiple availability zones within a region. Option B. A VPC must contain at least one public subnet in every availability zone. Option C. Each subnet must be entirely contained within a single availability zone. Option D. Subnets are global resources and are not tied to specific availability zones. The correct answer is, each subnet must be entirely contained within a single availability zone. Here's the explanation. Subnets are strictly tied to a single availability zone. While a VPC spans all AZs in a region, each individual subnet exists within only one AZ, ensuring high availability and fault tolerance by distributing resources. Question 4. An EC2 instance in a subnet needs to send a packet to the IP address 10.0.1.50. The subnet's associated route table contains the following two routes: 10.0.0.0/16 pointing to a NAT gateway, and 10.0.1.0/24 pointing to an Elastic Network Interface, ENI. Which target will the packet be routed to? Option A. The Internet Gateway, as it's the default for external traffic. Option B. The NAT Gateway, because 10.0.0.0/16 is a broader match. Option C. The Elastic Network Interface, ENI, due to the longest prefix match rule. Option D. The packet will be dropped because there are conflicting routes. The correct answer is the Elastic Network Interface, ENI, due to the longest prefix match rule. Here's the explanation. According to the longest prefix match, LPM rule, if multiple routes match the destination IP address, the route with the most specific CIDR block, i.e., the one with the longest prefix, is chosen. In this case, 10.0.1.0/24 is more specific than 10.0.0.0/16 for the destination 10.0.1.50. Question 5. A solutions architect is designing a VPC with private subnets that host application servers. These servers need to download software updates from the internet, but should not be directly accessible from the public internet. Which component should be used as a target in the private subnets route table to achieve this requirement? Option A, Internet Gateway, IGW. Option B, Virtual Private Gateway, VPG. Option C, NAT Gateway, NAT-GW. Option D, VPC Peering Connection. The correct answer is NAT Gateway, NAT-GW. Here's the explanation. A NAT gateway, NAT-GW, is used for private subnets to access the internet outbound while preventing unsolicited inbound connections from the internet. An internet gateway, IGW, allows both inbound and outbound traffic and is typically used for public subnets. Question 6. Which statement accurately describes the association and default behavior of route tables within an AWS VPC? Option A. Route tables are associated with individual EC2 instances, and each instance can have multiple route tables. Option B. Every subnet must be associated with exactly one route table, and if not explicitly associated, it defaults to the main route table. Option C. Route tables are implicitly associated with availability zones, and traffic is routed based on AZ location. Option D. Subnets can be associated with multiple route tables to provide redundant routing paths. The correct answer is, quote, every subnet must be associated with exactly one route table, and if not explicitly associated, it defaults to the main route table. Here's the explanation. Route tables are always associated with subnets, not individual instances. A subnet can only be associated with one route table at a time. Any subnet not explicitly associated with a custom route table will automatically use the VPC's main route table. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.